Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Headlines, our twice weekly show that covers all of the latest and possibly terrible from the video game industry. In the spirit of that industry, we talk about all the platforms and all of the news as best we can in a succinct hour-long show. Today's date is January 22nd, 2026. I'm your host, John, and joining me, as always, is reviews editor Jesse Norris.
Hola, está bien.
Yeah, how are you? Everything
Muy
okay?
mal.
Everything good? Hello, everybody in the chat. Today's the day. It's the first good gaming event of the year, right? Yay!
You didn't like 4 hours of people sitting on a couch?
Yes, I didn't. I didn't love it. I mean, kudos to them for like putting on a show, but otherwise, I'm happy. This is a big one, and for me, getting to see Fable, delighted. But hey, enough about that. We'll talk about that later. So as a heads up for everybody watching right now, and I'll mention this again at the end of the show, we're going to do headlines as normal. So just covering the latest in industry news, all of that jazz. At, I don't know, around quarter of an hour before, half an hour before the developer directs this evening, we'll be live streaming and reacting to that. And then we will go into a special post show where we talk about everything we've seen. We start zooming in on all of these trailers and looking for details and just generally enjoying what we've just seen. Hopefully it's good across the board. Very, very excited. So stick around, keep an eye on the YouTube channels today because we will be doing all of the things. Indeed. But as a heads up for people that support us directly via Patreon, we do make audio versions of these episodes available for you to listen to in your preferred podcast app. But if you're on Spotify, you can link it to your Patreon account and listen to it there directly. And if you would like to support us in that way, you can head over to patreon.com/Xbox Era, pledge your support, and basically be an awesome human being. Not that you aren't already, I'm just saying it would make you even more awesome. It would elevate your awesomeness to a level as of yet unforeseen. Before we dive into the news and everything else so far in the last 2 days, which has been kind of nuts, yes, Final Fantasy VII Remake is out now on Xbox consoles. Ursel triggered a bunch of fanboys by not only completing his review on time, but also claiming, tell me if this is verifiable, he's claiming that Xbox is actually the best place to play Final Fantasy overall. Is that true?
No, PC
is that true?
So the quote should have been, the Series X and S are the most complete consoles for Final Fantasy, because you can play everything except for 11 for the mainline entries. Now they don't have, and then people point out, well, PlayStation has everything if you own a PS5, a PS4, a PS3, and a PS2. It's like, sure, and PC has everything, and you can actually play Final Fantasy 11, which is I don't think ever came to Xbox. I don't remember. I don't think it did. I think 13 was like really the first big thing for Xbox. But the most complete mainline lineup for Final Fantasy on consoles would be the series consoles because of back compat. But it wasn't said that way. And so people got
in the
very
chat.
mad.
He is clarifying. He did say consoles. So,
but no one took it that way. They just took I thought he said platform. Because platform is the entire thing in some people's minds, or just the console. So if you said the word console, you're covered. But if you said platform, it's too vague.
By the way, it's been fun reading some of the comments on that video. I'm happy. I'm happy for Final Fantasy fans to be having all of this nice stuff, and it's all good and great and lovely. And yay, I'm happy for you.
And they did luck out, because if it had been either myself or Cengiz, neither of us liked this game. It probably would have been a 5, maybe a 6, because as someone unlike Ursel who did grow up on the original, for all of the original's faults, this reimagining and remake is not for me, I don't think. It's not like the original was perfect. It had some issues, but this remake scope and stretching out Midgar the way it does and being so friggin' Kingdom Hearts, not for me.
Fair.
Not at all.
In other site news, we've got a couple of things available. We've got a couple of reviews. I think both Gyotso and Cengiz have got a few bits and pieces up. I know Cengiz is deep into, I can't remember if it's Arknight's Enfield. I think it's Arknight's Enfield. He said, I'm playing this. And
even though it's PC and PS5 only, people are going to be furious.
Yeah, he's really looking forward to
and
it.
Mobile.
So I hope he's enjoying it. Although I did read today that it accidentally started charging people on their PayPal accounts spurious amounts of money. So, I hope that hasn't happened to him. And
when other people bought stuff, it went to other players' PayPal, supposedly, allegedly.
Whoops. I also did it's not really a review because this is an early access game, and I don't feel like I played enough of it to do what I would consider a full review. But I got a random email earlier this month asking me to have a look at a sword making sim with RPG elements, called Blade Song, which is out today in early access on Steam. I was curious. I went and took a look. What I found was actually a surprisingly interesting game. So, yes, you can build in a creative mode ridiculous swords that, Cloud from Final Fantasy would be, delighted to see. But you can also embark on a text story-driven RPG where you are a blacksmith who is at first stuck in a camp outside of this larger city. He's refused access. You're forging stuff out of scraps to survive. And it's quite engaging, which genuinely surprised me. It's intuitive. It's only on PC right now. It does not support a controller. It's only mouse and keyboard. But you can make some pretty cool-looking swords, be they ridiculously mythical, futuristic, cyberpunkish things, or, very old-fashioned stabbing blades. It's a unique thing. I was intrigued by it. I put a preview of sorts, hands-on preview, after spending, several hours with it. Over the course of a couple of weeks. And yeah, there's something cool here. I think fans that like the Zen-like mode of just making stuff would probably quite enjoy this. Very, very interesting, I thought. So you can go check it out if you want to. I also took a very quick ganders at a G-Police. Harken back to your PlayStation 1 era, dear viewers, a G-Police spiritual successor called G-Rebels. They're not messing around with hiding the spiritual successor-ish nature of what they're making. And this is really cool. This has got a updated new demo that has been kind of put together based on a lot of feedback they've had from the previous outing that they made.
Sneak preview.
It's really fun. Yeah, it's very set in like a Blade Runner style city. You're flying a giant Skyblade type thing. I put a quick video together with my first half hour, 40 minutes or so for our Patreon members. You can go and watch that if you're a Patreon subscriber on the Patreon Peeps channel. But yeah, this is probably one to keep an eye out if you were a big fan of G-Police back in the day. And
never
I was.
Heard of it.
You've never, well, everyone's got different paths through gaming, right? I'm never gonna yuck someone else's yum, but it's cool. It's cool. It looks pretty too.
All the time,
very pretty. Yeah. Apart from if that one person said to me, "Oh, Multiverses is my favorite game ever," I would definitely yuck their yum. I'd probably slap them and say no. It's
a Psygnosis game.
It was a Psygnosis game. Wow. Yep.
So European. That's why. Big with you guys.
Yeah. Anyways, let's dive into the news of the last couple of days.
One little tease. At noon today, I have a review going live. Noon, 1 hour before the direct. Review. Whew. The end.
Review. You do like reviews. Mm-hmm. Your bread and butter. Your favourite part.
That's what got me in.
Anything in this game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Still waiting on Code Vein. Hopefully that comes in. Then you won't see me for a while if it does.
What?
I've already hit my quota for the month. I'm fine.
Yeah. All right, let's dive into, terrible news, probably, mostly. Ubisoft surprised everyone except for all the outlets that they invited to a press conference on this thing, apparently, as they detailed a massive restructuring for the giant French publisher. There's a lot to dig into here. Let's talk about the headlines of it all first. So, Ubisoft have had a rough time of late, and they've now detailed out their extensive plan for the business going forward, which is, according to Ubisoft, designed to reclaim its creative leadership, regain agility, and drive a sharp rebound. There's a human cost to bear in mind here. Multiple games have been cancelled, studios have been closed, and other elements of the Ubisoft business are being completely restructured. Here's Yves Guillemot. How do I say this name? Yves Guillemot, founder and CEO of Ubisoft, had to say. On the one hand, the AAA industry has become persistently more selective and competitive, with rising development costs and greater challenges in creating brands. Side note, I hate it in gaming industry when they talk about brands and franchises. It makes me want to punch someone in the dick. On the other hand, exceptional AAA games, when successful, have more financial potential than ever. In this context, today we are announcing a major reset built to create the conditions for a return to sustainable growth over time. We're transforming Ubisoft's operating model to produce exceptional quality games on the two core pillars of our strategy: open world adventures and games as a service native experiences. At the center of this transformation are our creative houses, which are integrated business units that now combine production and publishing, and therefore unifying the gamer relationship. Does it, anyone else kind of just cringing at the
We keep making very bad decisions, and now our employees will have to pay for our terrible executive work.
Each one, according to Yves, is built around a clear genre and brand focus with full responsibility and financial ownership. Again, side note, interesting here, we've heard similar things from Microsoft, right? Like each studio, and in this instance, in Ubisoft's case, each creative house, whatever the frick that means, each studio is responsible for their P&L, for being a successful business, a successful entity in and of its own right. So this isn't new in the gaming industry. It's new for Ubisoft, it seems, but there you go. I continue. Each one has full responsibility, financial ownership, led by dedicated leadership teams. It is a radical move, relying on a more decentralized creative organization with faster decision-making and best-in-class cross-functional core services supporting and serving each creative house. And there's a lot here. But anyway, blah, 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 3-year roadmap, cost reduction initiatives to right-size the organization. Yeah, you translate. We will discontinue several projects currently in development.
Canceled Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake after trying very hard. So you know something's in bad shape when originally, as Tom Henderson has pointed out on social media, the plan was to launch it January 19th, as early as last November. That then was shifted to March after it was internally delayed in December of last year. And then they looked at it yesterday and went, nah, not good enough. So it must have been in rough shape with all the time. Yeah. So it's probably one of those things where they had a brand new, it seems like one of those things where they had like a very inexperienced dev start the project and then a more experienced one come in to try and save it. But it was going to, as we have heard with various things like Perfect Dark, it was going to take too long and cost too much.
Yeah.
To actually get it to the finish line.
Don't get me wrong, I am absolutely gutted that they have done this because of all of the Prince of Persia games. And I loved the original trilogy from that Xbox era. Mm-hmm. The original Xbox era, I should say. I was really looking forward to playing this again with a really shiny new.
You're double gutted because
Black Flag is also delayed.
Black Flag delayed for potentially up to a year. It could be 3 months. It could be a year. It's out of this financial year. Is all we seem to have an inkling of, whatever that ends up meaning. The pain. It is very funny. Tom Henderson, friend of the site, biggest reporter in journalism,
journalist in the world.
Yeah. Just a month ago, was like, man, so excited about Ubisoft's upcoming couple years. They look like they're finally going grade essentially, and it's like
he quoted himself and put, "What an asshole," or something like that.
I think it was fucking clown is what he put.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us. It sucks. Ubisoft has amazing developers. They have great games, and they have what seems to be awful management.
Yeah, it is demoralizing to say the least. And the news coming out of the games industry now is that the communication for this, they got everybody together to speak to the press. Like I think I saw VGC, Bloomberg, and others were all attending this press briefing as Ubisoft walked them through what they're doing. But the employees themselves found out when the frickin' media did, which isn't great.
I think it's completely normal for publicly traded companies.
I know it's normal,
especially one as
sucks.
leaky as Ubisoft. Again, thanks to biggest journalist in all gaming, Tom Henderson. The 50,000 Ubisoft leaks he's had have probably made them a little less likely to tell employees.
Chit chat.
Yeah,
perhaps so. Anyway, Yves finishes with, whilst these decisions are difficult, they're necessary for us to build a more focused, efficient and sustainable organisation over the long term. Taken together, these measures mark a decisive turning point for Ubisoft and reflect our determination to confront challenges head-on to reshape the group for the long term. The portfolio refocus will have a significant impact on the group's short-term financial trajectory, particularly in fiscal years 2026 and 2027, but this reset will strengthen the group and enable it to renew with sustainable growth and robust cash generation.
We've lost Ubisoft, 95% of our market cap and are desperate to fix things.
Yeah, their share price has tumbled.
They were at 4 or 5 euro, and they were up to 100 euro, and now they're back to 4 or 5 euro. Like they've just lost all the growth they had. It's pretty bad.
Other interesting notes on this is these creative houses. There are 5 of them.
Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin.
They detailed out that they'll combine game development and go-to-market functions. So that means PR, marketing, blah, 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 with a gamer-centric approach and be responsible for the brand development, content strategy, as well as editorial direction. They'll be shaped by distinctive creative genres, and they will have full financial ownership and account for economic performance. Those creative houses are split in the following way. So creative house number 1, which is called Vantage Studios, is focused on scaling and extending Ubisoft's largest and established franchises to turn them into annual billionaire brands. Again, I do want to die a little bit inside. The brands in question are Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. Then we have Creative House 2, which is dedicated to competitive and cooperative shooter experiences, which includes brands like The Division, Ghost Recon, and Splinter Cell. We have Creative House 3, which has operate a roster of select sharp live experiences, including brands like For Honor, The Crew, Riders Republic, Brawlhalla, and Skull and Bones. Creative House 4 is dedicated to immersive fantasy worlds and narrative-driven adventures and universes. Brands include Anno, Might and Magic, Rayman, Prince of Persia, and Beyond Good and Evil. And then Creative House 5 is reclaiming position in casual and family-friendly games. The brands include Just Dance,
dick-waving Uno.
Yeah. Just Dance, Idle Miner Tycoon, Catch App, Hungry Shark, Invincible, Guarding the Globe, Uno, and Hasbro.
Yeah, all the mobile stuff you never hear of. Creative House 4 having Beyond Good and Evil still be a thing is insane. That
I'm so shocked that has not died.
And people are like, there's no way that's going to be $1 billion game. It's like, if it hits 20 years in development, it's probably $1 billion game. If they were actually actively developing it repeatedly and rebooting it and all this shit. I like the tech we saw that was supposed to be amazing was when you go into and out of orbit in Star Wars, and it's just a hidden loading screen. It's like, wow, amazing.
Honestly, complete side note tangent. If Starfield had just faked their loading screens instead of fading to black, if they just put a faked animation or a warp or anything in there, people wouldn't have complained as much.
The biggest issue with the loading screens in Starfield is the size of the save games. They get to be like 800 megabytes, and it makes your loads take a lot longer. So the loads, if you start a brand new game right now, your loads are
super fast.
And then you start saving, and then there's, I'm tracking 13,000 potatoes you've stacked up in your hull or anything. It's like,
you potato stacker.
The bloat is the toughest thing for the load screens, because like playing Cyberpunk or other things, I end up fast traveling just as much. It just doesn't start taking 20 seconds out of nowhere, which is funny because last gen, 20 seconds would have been amazing. It was like 2 minutes almost every time.
Yeah. So the good news out of all of this, outside of not everyone is fired and Ubisoft isn't completely doomed yet, is Beyond Good and Evil 2 is apparently still alive. Splinter Cell still alive, and the Black Flag remake is delayed, not cancelled.
Yeah.
Delayed
by some
news.
amount. Who knows how much?
Yeah, sad news about Sands of Time. Elsewhere, Insider Gaming reported that Ubisoft are forcing a full return to the office for employees. This comes from Mike Straw over at IG. There will be no more remote work, or at least very limited opportunities for Ubisoft employees going forward. Instead, they'll have like as I understand it, a select kind of bucket of work from home days that they can use. Like they can book, hey, I want to work from home that day, and they'll book it like they would book holiday.
There's been so many like looks into work from home, and once you have it set up okay, there's it's amazing. It's for the quality of life of people, especially with the amount of time that you waste driving in and out of work every day, or taking the tube or whatever you're doing, versus just being able to work, being comfortable. As long as you have it set up all right, it's fine. But these moves are almost always entirely involuntary firings, where people are like, well, I'm just going to quit. I'm just out.
Yeah.
Or they're serial harassers where they need more people in person. Joking.
Oh, God, this industry. Oh, I love it. So, yeah, that is all of the big bombshell news from Ubisoft as of yesterday.
You take a break early in the show. You don't take a break like halfway through.
I was going to go for the halfway mark.
No.
So we're going to dive into more news. But Jesse's insisting that we have the break right now. So we'll be back right after these messages.
I hit pause. Now I go. You guys get to see this because we're live. And John likes to change things on the fly without understanding what it means.
This is Xbox Era. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the Xbox Era podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/Xbox Era. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything Xbox Era does is only made possible by the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our MVPs and executive producers are all incredible people, but even more so are our grand benefactors, Croat56, Assassin, and Kevin S. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely and benevolent CEO, Torn Raptor. If you want to become part of one of the best communities on the internet, head to patreon.com/Xbox Era, where your patronage can help keep us alive for another month.
What? You're muted.
I don't know why I was muted.
Wow.
Weird. We're back.
Sorry, dear audio listeners.
Yeah, I didn't mean it. We're back. Please do hit that like button if you're enjoying the shows thus far. It does help us out on the old YouTube algorithm. So if you're watching, be it on desktop or on your phones, spare your thumb some time to just go over there and give a thumbs up. Next up in news, Matt Piscatella has dropped Circana's report for December of 2025. Lots of little nuggets of information in there. He says that increases in consumer spending on subscription services, hardware and mobile content helped the US video game market reach $60.7 billion in 2025, which was a 1.4% growth increase when compared to a year previously. Top 20 best-selling games sees Call of Duty Black Ops 7 for December.
Only for December.
Hit number 1, followed by NBA 2K26, Battlefield 6 in number 3, Madden NFL 26, number 4, EA Sports FC 26, number 5, Pokemon Legends ZA in 6th place, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond in number 7.
Yeah, and I don't think they give digital too, so it probably did pretty well.
Yeah.
But Metroid's never been a huge seller.
No, it's never been. Minecraft at number 9 and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Minecraft at number 8, Donkey Kong Bonanza at number 9, and Ghosts of Yote sneaking in at number 10.
What was number 14?
Number 14 was Forza Horizon 5.
What was it? I think if you go down, was it 17 or 18? There's a surprise one that launched on PS5. Somewhere down there.
Oh, Flight Simulator 2024. Yeah, jumped into 16th
Jumped
place.
up 100 places. Month over month.
So it's doing all right. Doing all right there.
That was a very big launch for that game on PlayStation, I would say.
Yeah, 2025 overall, now that December's numbers are in, places Battlefield 6 at the number 1 spot.
And its Steam numbers really dropped, which makes me think it actually has a fairly sizable player base on the EA app. Because it's still selling very well. Like, it was still the top seller on PC in December.
It's definitely possible. We've got NBA 2K26 number 2, Borderlands 4 coming in at number 3 for the whole of 2025.
And yet still was a disappointment.
Yeah. Still, no, they've not nailed the post-launch content at all, and it still needed a lot of optimization. Monster Hunter Wilds at number 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 at number 5. So it's interesting,
number 10
despite... Number 10 is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It's interesting, though, considering, yes, it definitely didn't do as well as Black Ops 6, but it still was the best-selling title in December.
Yeah, they didn't expect it to do as well, but generally it's still number 1 or 2. Even when Modern Warfare 3 tanked, it was 2, I think, behind Hogwarts. So, probably their roughest year in a while. Long time.
Yeah, well, they need to have it every now and then. Keeps them, keeps them on their toes.
They've had them repeatedly, but people always ignore it. But it's because they were still top, but losing a lot of sales on Xbox. You don't know what the expectations become versus, are we pulling people into Game Pass and keeping them there? There's no way for us to know. Maybe they did great. Maybe they did horrible.
Yep, Nintendo Switch 2 led the hardware market in unit and dollar sales for December and the 2025 year overall, helping offset year-on-year declines across other platforms. PlayStation 5 placed second across both measures and time periods.
He replied to Jez where Xbox was down 50% in numbers and 40% in monies.
Yeah. He replied to Jez, no real change to previous trend, ranked third in both hardware units and dollars. 2025 hardware unit sales down approximately 50%, dollars down 40%. Wow.
Yeah, they're not shipping them.
Oof. Some interesting stats there. Feel free to go dive in. Matt Piscatella on Blue Sky.
Him and
if we
Arthur
get a chance,
Gies,
we'll write up an article.
Yeah, they were talking, and pretty much it was really bad until the second half of December when retailers went ham on sales, like sale pricing, which means the numbers will look good, but the margins won't. But we don't get to see that part from this. Because that normally means we've really got to cut into our, we are just giving deals to these retailers to get the sales numbers to look okay because we need growth. Please, for love of shit. But they're eating a lot of it, which is bad. They're all trying to avoid eating a lot of it because this is the 5th, 6th year. I forget how it works on everything. They had the holiday 2020, so it's the 6th holiday, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. The prices should be very low and the margins should be very high, and instead the prices are very high and the margins are lower than ever, which is the exact opposite.
Shit.
Yeah, it's the opposite of how these always used to go, which is why the console market, even if it's maintaining, is shrinking in what they actually make, which is the worst thing for companies like this.
Yeah, I am super curious, side tangent, because we can, it's our show, we do what we like. With next gen hardware, if all of this RAM bollocks and AI stupidness hadn't happened, I would have been expecting from both Microsoft and Sony next generation console hardware in 2027. Now I'm looking at the state of the world and I'm thinking, well, Microsoft will probably steamroll ahead and just go ahead and bear the brunt and just
they're
up
not
the price of
going
everything.
for huge numbers. They're not hoping to have 10 million sales in a year.
Yeah, they'll give these chips and all of these SoCs and everything to alternate OEM manufacturers, is my assumption, and let people make what they want to make. High-powered, stupid Xboxes, lower-powered Xboxes. They'll have their own reference piece of hardware from Microsoft directly.
Essentially,
I expect them to be expensive, but Sony, I expect them to just wait. I wouldn't surprise me to see them wait until like 2029, 2030.
Nah, that's too long. It'd be 2028 at the latest.
You don't need to rush this.
We always say that, though, when they always do 7 years.
Their generation is only just coming in to play.
7 to 8 years every time.
I think the diminishing returns are out now. I think we've hit that.
I don't think the 5 will slow
fidelity
down.
level.
Like they won't be doing. I mean, it's what we've seen with the Switch 1 and Switch 2. Even with the Switch 2 selling very well, they still have a ton of people on Switch 1, and so they wanted all their games from third-party companies to still go to the Switch 1. So, and Sony's still going to be like, no, there's 100 million PlayStation 5s out there. You better keep making these games, work on them, and they will, because outside of the newest of the newest of the new, everything's going to run on everything until like 2040.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But we'll see. Speaking of Xbox, Microsoft detailed a bunch of stuff on the Xbox Wire blog, but one particular call out that we wanted to make was that the Xbox app is now available for ARM-based Windows 11 PCs.
It has 85% compatibility, which is a lot better than it has been, but not perfect.
Admirable.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. 85% of the library is compatible with an ARM-based device, including supporting anti-cheat. So, Fortnite and other titles that use anti-cheat software and require that, kernel
all
access.
of the biggest games in gaming, because we didn't talk about it but Matt said over half of Americans who played video games played Fortnite last year. Like, it was over 50%. We're in that because of Nick. I never would have touched it otherwise, but over half of people in the U.S. from their platforms that report to them opened up and played Fortnite last year, and Roblox was the biggest thing ever. Like, 16% bigger year over year.
I know grown-ups 21-year-olds that play Roblox. And I'm like, why? It's like their version of Friendslop, I should say. Because that's kind of what Roblox is.
Yeah, most Friendslop games, that's what Roblox was most of the time, was just hang out and shoot the shit with people in this weird little ripoff.
Yep. Anyways, there you go. Next up in news, Life is Strange is making a return following the leaked kind of trademark or brand extension. Life is Strange
it was literally
Reunion.
just the trademark was just Life is Strange Reunion, I think.
Yeah. But yes, Life is Strange Reunion is bringing Chloe and Max back together again. It's coming in March, believe it or not, and it's coming to Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch. Bit of a whoopsie from Xbox Wire here, where they posted their news story like a full hour
90
before
minutes
everybody else,
or before the embargo that everyone had. And it's they were so excited because it's Play Anywhere and on the cloud, and it's from Deck 9. It's only $40, and Deck 9 got a lot of layoffs recently, so it almost feels like a last hurrah.
Yeah. I mean, if there's one way to continue the franchise and at least get some final sales in for people that might have fallen off with the different, spin-offs and things, is to bring the two titular characters back.
Max
together.
was back for the last one, which a lot of people didn't like the writing of, especially the ending. This is definitely set after it because the character here and some of the other ones are directly from Double Exposure. She's going back at the end of the original Life is Strange. You had a choice, essentially destroy the town or let your friend die, and that friend is now back because in Double Exposure, she got the ability to see alternate timelines. So I think that's their, but she lost the ability to rewind time, which people didn't like. but she has that ability back again in this one. So
cool.
Oh,
Will Amanda be reviewing this?
I imagine so. Double Exposure is weird. Double Exposure ends up being like Life is Strange Avengers. There are multiple people with powers.
Oh,
so it will be interesting.
I really
there's been that's what everyone says. Love the first one. Also, the second one has the best writing, but it wasn't cute chicks. So
fair enough.
True Colors are supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, I've not played anything but the first one, so I'm not going to comment.
And they don't have Ashley Birch back, sadly, to voice
but that's
Chloe.
rubbish.
Yeah.
Boo. Whoever made that decision. This is good news. If you're a big fan of Hitman World of Assassination, and you should be, because it genuinely is one of the GOATs, it's finally getting cross progression across all platforms and all devices, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Your really good.
IO interactive account. I wanted to do a Hitman World of Assassination review, but I know we have a Hitman 3 review, so I haven't.
But that's what it became.
But right? Hitman World of Assassination, which is what Hitman 3 became, which was this entire package of everything. If you owned 1 or 2 or all the season passes, like there's thousands of hours of content in there, and it would be a 10. It is as good a game as came out last generation, and it sucks because the first one sold gangbusters. And they wanted to just keep putting things into the first one, and they had said that for some reason, I think their marketing deal with Sony, they were not allowed to. So that's why you got Hitman 2 and 3, and those both sold worse and worse. But now Hitman World of Assassination,
I really want to pick it up.
So, yeah.
If it's cross-play and everything now, right? And cross progression and play anywhere, right?
Yeah, and it was in Game Pass for years.
I don't know do I own it? I'm looking right now.
Literally have one code left for Hitman World of Assassination if you want.
If I don't, I'm about to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's funny. It was the ones I offered to Nick and Jez, and then neither of them. I just said, okay, just hit me up after the show. And neither of them did, but I did eventually just hand it to Nick. He's like, oh, wow, thanks. I'm like, okay, if you really wanted it. Also, he's like Mr. Stealth, and he's never played a Hitman game.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I don't own it. Yoink.
Oh, no, you do.
Yay, thanks, mate. That will keep me entertained for hours on my numerous flights this year. Just trying to assassinate people.
Play Anywhere. It's very nice. Which you seem to be shocked of, and people were making fun of us on when you wrote up the 007
I did.
being Play Anywhere. Yeah. I guess they didn't push that big.
It did fine.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
They just kind of, it was an offhand memory. And, now I look back at it, I was like, oh, yeah, they did say that. Mm-hmm. But they posted a whole image of it and like, woo, look at it.
So there's definitely a push because they and Final Fantasy, like back-to-back, pushed, hey, we're Play Anywhere, by the way. Isn't that cool? So
yeah, Play Anywhere is awesome. Like, and it amuses me to see people downplaying it. I'm sorry. In any other form of retail, if I bought a thing and I get 2 of the thing for 1 of the thing, that's a good deal. Yeah, it's the best deal. So
it is for specific people. Like I have this console and I have something else that is a PC that can play these, but it's like. If you're, again, it's one of those things where if you're in the ecosystem, it's great. It's like smart delivery. Everyone made fun of it. And then they had to go through the pains of upgrading from PS4 to PS5 copies. I'm like, oh, shit. I have to load up the PS4 version, upload my save, download the PS5 version, sync my save, instead of it just changes over to the current version and everything works. Like, it is just better when it just works.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, it's good times. It's good times. More of that this year, I think. Next up in news.
Oh, it's also funny because it's a stopgap. Like as Jez said, it is a stopgap measure between. It's the thing to get you used to console, and PC, PC, with a console-like experience, which is what their aim is, and it will take a long time to get there, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's really raining here. Apologies if it's coming through my microphone. By the way.
Is not.
It's like hammering it down.
You're good.
Oh, good. Next up in news, Moonshot is unfortunately laying off an unspecified number of employees as space shooter Wildhaven has kind of languished a little bit in hitting probably the metrics that they
I think I wrote Haven.
Yeah, it's Wildgate and it's Dreamhaven. You've just made you've mixed some words together. Wildgate and Dreamhaven. Dreamhaven are letting people go from that developer because Wildgate has kind of failed to hit the mark, which is unfortunate. In a report on Games Industry Biz, which is written by Alex Forbes Calvin, they said that in early January 2026, Wildgate launched on the Epic Games Store, where it's been well received by new and returning players, and it was great to see so many crew up on Discord, blah, blah, blah. But despite the increase in player numbers and overall positive reception, it hasn't been enough to sustain the size of our development team, so we've made the difficult decision to reduce team roles to ensure that we can continue delivering updates to the game while working in a way that supports the studio in the long term. Oof.
Live service games really have to hit, and they have to be, half the time they have to be streamer bait, which is why so many of a lot of the streamer bait games are also like in really small studios. Like the mid to large AA studio is always the most vulnerable on this stuff because they have like the least leeway. Even if you've got a great game with like a ton of money behind it to start, if you spend all that money, you're very quickly going to be on the chopping block compared.
It's such a shame as well because like this, I really wanted to check this out, and they've given me code, and I was like, it was really busy at the time, and I was like, guys, I've just done like 3 multiplayer reviews back to back. This has landed right in the middle of them. I don't know if I'm going to get the chance. And they was like, oh, well, when you can. I still haven't had a chance to boot it up and actually try it, which is a real shame because it looks kind of cool. But that nowadays, kind of cool isn't enough, and we're all sitting here waiting with bated breath to see what the hell High Guard is in 4 days when it's supposedly coming out. So we'll have to sit and wait patiently for more info on that. But yeah, best of luck to everybody that's ending up with a job loss. Good luck out there. It's rough right now. In a nice success story to counteract this negativity, though, Game Pass has gone and done it again. They've killed another developer and another video game. Quarantine Zone, the last check, after releasing on Xbox Game Pass with publisher Devolver Digital, they've hit 500,000 copies sold. It probably could have been 1.5 million.
It could have been 500 million.
Thanks, Game Pass.
Yeah. It's PC only. It's one of the best sellers on Steam. It's doing very well. It's a fun little game. Got that Game Pass deal 3 days before launch, which was weird. But it's fun. You're outside of the weirdness of the grok gun and just being able to blap people for being sick. I don't have it on here, but essentially you get a gun, and if people are in fact infected, you are allowed to just immediately shoot them in the head, and you get $400. But if they weren't, you lose 1,000. So you got to be right. And to be right, you have to scan through their clothes to see every single part of their body, except for it doesn't go through their underwear.
Yeah, I had a go. It's fun.
Yep.
It's a fun little thing. It's got some wave-based, like, McShooty stuff to mix things up a little bit.
And
like
base building
helicopter cannons.
Yeah.
But,
And base upgrading more than building. But see, when I hit her arm, and then the other arm jumps, that means she is infected when the other side goes. So if I had my gun, I could shoot her in the head and I'd get $400.
Yeah.
Instead, I've got to grok gun her to make sure she doesn't. Because you have to get every symptom. As long as you get every symptom, you get a better score, and the better score lets you upgrade more. So you got to look through underwear and stuff. It's weird. If the grok thing hadn't just happened, which is over finally, because essentially countries were like, we are going to ban your entire website. The fuck is wrong with you? I don't think people would have cared, but it's good.
In the UK, I think it's passed in the House of Lords now, the vote for banning all social media for kids under 16. I think that's going to go through, just like in Australia.
It won't work at all.
So it's going to be interesting. Interesting to see how that all goes down. My missus is sitting on the desk opposite me. I know she's thinking about her 14-year-old boy, Roman, who is... And my 11-year-old, they're not going to be happy about this.
It won't work. They will find workarounds, just like everyone else does.
Savvy kids will, but...
And And the savvy
without
kids,
VPNs and
the
things.
nerds will become the kings because they will lead
It's the
everyone.
new world order.
And none of these ever include Discord, so then they don't get that mad anyways.
Yeah. Next up in
Roblox.
news, Crimson Desert has gone gold a whole 2 months ahead of launch. Developer Pearl Abyss is on track and celebratory in releasing a nice picture of like the dev team going woo. You're excited for this one, right? Crimson Desert.
Everyone
played
who's, everyone who's
Very
actually
good.
played it really likes it. And then everyone's like, I don't think it's real. It's offering too much. It's like, no, everything it's offering is right there. It's in the game. They're not lying. It's their own engine. So it also is, it was running on a 5080 and like a upper level CPU, but it was 4K, 100 FPS with no upscaling when I played it at Summer Games Fest and Gamescom. It is an enormous map, like bigger than Red Dead Redemption 2, which if you've played Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the biggest ever. For something like this. And what he just did there with flying half a mile and then ground stomping 10 guys to death, you can just do nonstop. It is incredibly fun, super physics based, like everything's physics. Just an enormous, gigantic RPG where I have absolutely no idea if it's going to have any type of interesting story. I've only seen the gameplay, and the gameplay is fucking awesome. During that New Game Plus, in the middle of their constantly talking to each other on a table, there was an interview with Will Powers of Pearl Abyss, who hopefully I'll be talking to soon as well. And he did say he's giving reviewers a month with the game.
Oh, that is fantastic. That's confident as well.
Well,
like,
and that's why when I saw this go gold, I was like, oh, he actually means it. They are going because it comes out March 19th. So if I get this around the same time I got Resident Evil Requiem and I can hop between them both, I'll be very happy.
Yeah,
that would be
nice. That is really nice.
Mid-February.
It is worth mentioning, I know you said you will be chatting to Pearl Abyss and that chap soon enough on Crimson Desert.
Another mid-February game.
Yeah. We are overall here. We are pushing for more developer interviews and conversations than ever before. It's one of our big kind of like internal mandates. If we love something, if we're enjoying something, if we're curious about how something was made, we're going to try and get the developer on the line to sit down and chat with us, and we'll bring that content for you. We're going to try and work out that our members, our supporters, get that content a little bit exclusively for a little while first, where possible. But the majority of people that read our content and watch our videos should be able to enjoy it as well. I will have a really fun, lengthy conversation with the narrative director at Squanch Games, Alec Robbins, on High on Life 2. I actually finished editing the video for that today, and we'll have that coming. It's got some cool, I don't know if it's exclusive, but it's new gameplay in there, mixed with some other bits and pieces and some cool anecdotes. And I think anybody that is really looking forward to High on Life 2 will enjoy that conversation. So keep an eye on the site. I'll let you guys know when that's going to land. Last couple of news stories now before we head back into waiting mode for the Developer Direct. Netflix boss says that cloud-based TV games are a big priority in 2026. This comes via GameDeveloper.com, and Chris Kerr, senior editor over there. Netflix co-CEO Greg Peters explained that the streamer's video game division is going to be focusing on bringing cloud-based titles to television screens this year. He discussed the state of play within Netflix games during a full year earnings interview, and Peters said that the business had delivered really positive results with more conventional titles like Red Dead Redemption, which purportedly mirrored the standout performance of Grand Theft Auto, but reiterated a desire to double down on casual party titles that can be streamed on television screens and enjoyed by whole families.
They got Lego Party, which was probably a big one.
Yeah, it runs great on Netflix. Like, what a great addition, and things like that are superb. Now Netflix all I need to do,
they've got the structure where they are in local ISPs already to offload some of the bandwidth costs, because if there's jumping around everywhere for the 320 million subscribers they have, because they are fucking huge, it would just cripple the internet most of the time. They are the one when it comes to streaming. So if they get into it big time, I think they could be successful with it in this way. Because unlike the other ones, their audience is just so big.
Yeah. All I need to do is learn how to do art, game development, coding, sound, audio, and I'll beaver away, build console wars, get it on Netflix.
Load up Godot, load up
I'll get on that.
Unity
right
and
away.
Unreal, find out which one works best.
Learn
them all.
It's interesting seeing both Netflix and Amazon lean into this kind of party games, game night type structure, though. So it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out. But like things like Lego Party and what I would consider to be proper games, being on a platform like that is super cool because, yeah, you are going to reach more people. Like the number of times everyone's sat around and been like, oh, what should we do for this evening? If you've got a group of friends around, oh, we can play a 4-player board game on Netflix. Great. Sign me up. I don't even need a console.
Yeah,
Lovely.
And they don't have to pay for making them. They just do licensing deals. It's way more sustainable for them.
Very, very interesting. Last couple of bits here. If you're a big Sims fan, older Sims
If
titles.
you're an old millennial Sims head.
Yeah, they seem to be heading over to EA Play after Electronic Arts have started introducing the old collection of Sims and MySims games to its subscription service on PC. They've dubbed it the Simsational New Year, and already we've seen the Sims Legacy Collection, which is the Sims 1 and 2, arrive on the playlist, and we've also got the MySims Cozy Bundle with MySims and MySims Kingdom. So, Sims fans, go have fun with that.
And these were the old PC ones, just in case anyone's... Because there were console ones, but these are mostly PC-focused, I think.
Yeah. And heads up, MySims isn't available until January 29th, in case you're, eagerly loading up your EA Play app right now on PC.
But if you want to jump in, you want to build a pool, you want to get a guy in it, and then you want to take the ladder away and watch him starve to death, you can do that.
And I'm just going to do a quick hit of just general headlines. If you're looking forward to R-Type Dimensions 3, pre-orders are now open. It's got a confirmed May release date, and the Nintendo Switch 2 version comes with a game cartridge. You can read that on xboxera.com. Greedfall 2, The Dying World, has got a gameplay trailer and a 1.0 release date. It's coming to PC March 10th, consoles March 12th.
That's weird.
If you want to save some pennies, Developer Direct sale unceremoniously announced by Microsoft is now live on the Xbox Store. There's a bunch of titles in there that, honestly, yes, Fable's in there. Other titles that are in there that have nothing to do with that particular developer, unless Rise 2 is going to be a thing announced today out of nowhere. Rise is in there for some reason, but there you go. Reanimal is set to receive 3 post-launch DLCs, which is great if you're a big fan of cooperative horror adventures. And I think that'll do, Pig. That'll do. I just wanted to read. Oh, last one. Splitgate Arena Reloaded has launched Arena Royale.
Yeah.
Arena Royale. It's a 24-player battle royale experience with an arena flavor. So go check it out. It looks curious. You start off in a lobby. There's 4 distinct maps. You vote on where you're going to go play, and then there's 24 of you, and it's like last squad or last player winning. Interesting. Good luck to them. 1047 Games. I know it's been a rough journey for those guys. I think that's everything. Now, is there anything happening later on today, Jesse?
Nope, we'll see you Saturday for the Xbox Air.
Okay.
Yeah, around 12:45, we will go live. Myself, John, and Ursel from a hotel room will be with you for the Xbox Developer _Direct for 2026. Which is featuring 3 titles, Fable, Forza Horizon 6, and Beast of Reincarnation. They've generally been 40 to 50 minutes each. We'll see how long this one is with one less game, even if they have a 4th. They normally have 5. So maybe it's 35 minutes. Who knows? But we'll be there. We'll be watching it. We'll then break it down right after. And yeah. Should be fun.
Yeah. So I know that there was some comment in the chat. I thought headlines was, I want to say, we were going to do like a late edition of headlines post the show, but there's so much news. We will let's do headlines. We'll do the live stream for the Developer Direct where you guys can hang out with us. And then straight after that, we're going to go through all the trailers. We're going to zoom in on shit, and we're going to be theorizing and talking and just generally being all whoa, video games, great. So yeah, enjoy. And last question here, because I can see Abdul in the chat. John, have I ever been to Vegas? Yes, and I'm going again in February. I'll be there for DICE, for my second year of DICE next month. So, yeah, Las Vegas. Woo.
I've flown over it when going to LA.
it's not that exciting. There you go. All right. You know, it's not long. We've got 2 hours. 2 hours until Fable. I did see someone else in the chat, like, what game's going to look the most impressive? And, like, I think Forza Horizon 6 is going to win because it's easy to make cars look impressive.
Well, also the scope of the city supposedly is supposed to be pretty crazy, but it's the same company with the same engine, so they're both going to look amazing.
Yeah. I'm just so hype. Please be good, Fable. Please be good. Anyway, get excited. We'll see you in a couple of hours. Ciao for now.